Well, hello everybody and welcome back. What all's going on, everybody? Well, we're out here at Riverside, as you can see, and I've decided on this upper floor texture. I'm going to use the pale moss and tuft. Well, tough. It's not tuft. It's tough. Everybody keeps correcting me on that. I tried the mycelium, as you can see behind me. I didn't really like it, but I really like the way this looks over here. But I do not want to have to bone meal forever and ever to get enough moss to cover this whole yard. And we're going to do the lower portion too. We're going to take out the gravel and put this down there too. I just think it looks better and works better with the aesthetic of the castle. As you can also see, I've got the first story over here done. So, but you can tell, you know, it goes up. Hang on a second, let me see what we got going on here. Oh, that's right, I don't have free cam. We updated to 1.21.8 last night. And free cam is pretty much the only mod we didn't have available to us. But this is done. Let me get up in the air. And my cam account. I should be able to get my cam account on here now. Alright. Yeah, you can see we got the whole thing up. The floors are in. So we have to get a lot of moss. Which is not the greatest thing in the world. Unless we build a moss farm. And guess what? We have purpose for this room now. We're going to build us a moss farm. And I think we might even build two. One for the pale moss and one for the regular moss. Because I use a lot of the azalea stuff in my trim work out in around the village of Riverside. So let's go in here. I've already got all the stuff together. Let's start the music and enjoy a little short time lapse. So yeah, the footage from the time lapse was crap. But on with the show. Alright everybody, as you can see, that was what we built right here. I did add the glass afterwards, just to make sure that nothing was popping out over top of the hoppers, which it was. And in the meantime, I built this one over here, which is an exact duplicate. I tried to figure this out myself, guys. I couldn't. Let me see, who built this one? U-Force.
You can spend less on school supplies.
All right. Yeah, no, man, I just messed that all up. Yeah, U-Force was the tutorial that I watched. I'll put a link to the description on that. I just wanted to double check. I couldn't remember which moss farm I used, because I also looked at one by Trilums. And I decided to go with this one. It was just a little bit easier for me to build down here. But as you can see, there was a lot of work that went into this. A lot of redstone. Some of it even I don't understand, so I'm not even going to try to explain it. All I know is there's a bone meal thing underneath with the block of moss. The bone meal's a step up above. Water washes over it, and then stone generator pushes stone in back down into place. So, I mean, that's about as far as I can understand. What all these interlocking little, with the note blocks and everything else, I don't know, unless it's just to keep it quiet. Really, all you hear is the... That's not too bad. All you hear is the trapdoors. Cool. All right. Let that all wash down. There we go. Sometimes you have to double flip this to lock the water back in. I don't know why, but it does. And then it leaves you with like 3 or 4 or something down in here. So it's not totally 100% lossless. But, I mean, in about 10 minutes, I had all of this. Well, about half of that, but all these 3 were all in about 10 minutes when I cleared back more of this wall. so we had more room down here. I am going to continue digging this out a little bit over towards that direction, make the hallway look a little bit prettier. Now that we have a purpose for this room, we can decorate it. But we're not going to do that right now. What I want to do right now is get the pale moss put in the upper portion and get it all textured out with the tuff. And when I have that done, I will be back with you. What are you doing inside the walls? Get out. Just get out. I tell you what. Man, trespassers these days. Driving me nuts. Oh, and we lost the 2 iron golems that were patrolling up here. There's another. Okay, he died from the flames. Okay. Yeah, so I've already got the tuff. I've already started doing some texture on this little area over here. I think it blends in fairly well. It's like the same color tones. So, I mean, it's a little bit different, but not horribly so. I think it works better than like gravel in this or anything like that. But also putting this in will allow me to use the pale moss carpet and put in a bunch of lighting so we don't have a bunch of mobs spawning in here. So let me go ahead, let me get this done, and I'll be back with you in a bit. Alrighty, everybody, all the moss is in, it's been textured, all the lighting is done, and I also added another piece of road right here. I did a little bit of landscaping, terraforming, whatever you want to call it out here to make it look a little better. But yeah, we are going. But yeah, I really like the way that this all turned out in here. I like the color with the quartz and with the moss and the tuff. So we've also been, excuse me, AFK a lot up at the bartering farm. So we have almost a shulker of more quartz so we can continue building up this building. But then we've also done some digging down here. Okay, there we go. We've opened this up even further, giving us more room for more things down here. I do have an idea. I do want to get a little bit of some bartering stations down here with the villagers. Do some trading in the basement here. Haven't figured out where the nearest... Well, I can go steal them from that little village over there. But I want to see what we got. Because we got the one first. He's super cheap, too. Yeah, just because I zombified villager. So, but yeah. This is what where we're at so far. I pretty much went through a full shulker of moss plus a little bit more, like 4 more stacks, doing all of this. And then going back in, doing texture. I may add some more carpets so it's a little bit more random throughout here. Kind of like I did in the bottom of the nether hub floor with the carpeting and the wool. Just to give it a little bit more random, a little bit more texture. But we'll see about that. We'll get to that a little later. I have made up some lanterns so we can actually go in and light this up. This stretch here in the first floor here. With lanterns at this point. But what I want to do now... what do I want to do now? Oh, interesting. We've done everything I wanted to do so far in this episode. Oh, this is bad. All right. Let me think of where we want to go next. We may just go ahead and throw some more quartz up here. Just so we can get the windows set, at least on this outer edge. And then we have to set windows, because now every layer has windows on the outside too. And the only reason I put in the little windows there is because of the height coming up. But this whole next layer gets windows. So we are going to need a bunch of glass. We're going to need some sand. to smelt. So yeah, we've got some work ahead of us here, guys. I tell you what, let me go grab that shulker of quartz. I'm going to throw some blocks down real quick, and then we will continue on, and hopefully during that time I can figure out what else we're going to do today. All right, so we got 2 more layers of the quartz in. You can see the windows on the outside edges. Let's take flight here. Yeah, you can see how there's windows all along here now. So at this point today, we have run out of quartz again, but I do have a little bit of something to show you that I've been working on over at Katana's build for her. So give me a second. Let me get over there and we'll show you what we're working on. All right, we're over here at Katana's, and I'm not going to go flying around here because I don't want to spoil anything. But if you come down here, we've been installing secret doors for her. So it makes it, you know, it's something she built one and it was super, super bulky, and it definitely needed, I mean, it probably had like almost a spaghetti of redstone. So I came over here, I installed those for her. There's a lot less redstone, a lot less space needed to make those. This is her map room. This I will show you. She essentially built all this and all this. I'm not sure where she's working at now because she's not online and I can't find where she's at. But there's the Guardian farm right there. You know, and over here we've got well, there's the shulker. There's spawn. So yeah, so Neuro's house would probably be over here somewhere. Like right over in here. If she ever to put that big of a map up. But she has undertaken a humongous build. So I'm going to say that's her choice. Because this thing is going to take her a long time to finish. But I've been helping her where I can. I've been gathering resources for her to where she can just keep on working. That way she doesn't have to stop building. Plus I have so many extra resources that I'm not using that I have. But that's the whole thing with her. I have, we're going back over. We needed to, I wanted to show you that because, you know, we do try and help each other out. I mean, yeah, I know I'm the dad, but and should be helping everybody out. But some of the boys don't want my help. Katana's only asked for that and the resources. So and half the resources she didn't ask for, I just dropped them off. So, but this is what we've been doing throughout the last, I don't know, 4 days. Just getting quartz, putting in flooring, putting in, you know, doing the builds as best we can, fighting these guys. Oh man, die would you? So, but yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm having some fun. Oh, let's eat. Oh, come on, eat. There we go. Yeah, you gotta eat the whole steak. The whole steak. Nothing but the steak. Well, no, I got pork chops and stuff like that. Oh, now she comes back on. Okay. Whatever. Oh, my goodness. So, but yeah, this is, you know, we've been having fun. This is how much quartz we have left right now. None! So, we're going to have to AFK for a while. Although, I do have a little bit of hope with that area going right now. So hopefully by the time we all get back together, I'll have a bunch of quartz, and we can go do that. But this is the project. We still have plenty of spruce for the floors. You'll notice I switched to the dark oak for the doors up here in the main portion of the keep. Everything else will still be spruce. But we still need to figure out hanging lanterns in all these rooms. So yeah, we have a list of things to complete. So we have a lot of work still, but it's coming along. And then we have, like you said, you can see we got 3 layers now out of 6, I think, right? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, out of 6. Well, actually, it's 3 out of 7 because 7 is where the floor goes. So, well, yeah. All right. We just got to keep building, guys. We really do. Why is that? Oh, that's because of the portion of the upper building. Okay. All right. But it's all looking really good. I tell you what. Let me do this real quick, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, guys. Yeah, we threw on a small shader pack just to take a nice leisurely tour of the area out here. I think with the shaders, it looks really nice. I'm not sure if I'm set on this particular shader or not. There is another one that I like. Let me show you that one. And I want your guys' opinion on these too. So, and I can tweak these a little bit. So, but yeah, let me bring up the other one. That really doesn't look any different. Yeah, this is the other one I like. So, but as you can see, I mean, it's a lot of it still remains the same. It's not as hard on with some of the other shader packs. But yeah, this one I like a lot. I don't know if it really slows down my FPS or not. A little bit. It definitely is making my GPU work for it, though. Which is saying something considering the GPU that I have in this computer. So, but yeah, I really like the way this looks. I like the way the whole town looks with it on. Makes it look really, really nice. Makes the castle look really sweet. So, but yeah, this is something I'm looking at doing, some sort of either a Q&A for the 100th episode or a world tour. So people can actually see where we started, what we were working on. And it's all going to be done in the shader. Just so it looks a little bit nicer. So, but yeah, this is it. But, folks, until next time, be good to yourself. Be good to others. And I'll see ya later.